Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News is sponsored, as always, by Sahara Motors. The Kawasaki KX450 built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out tomorrow over at Sahara Motors. Let the good times roll. They are closed today. Sunny skies, though, today. Look for a high near 80 before a front rolls through tomorrow, bringing in windy conditions. Now, the White Pine County Clerk says they've received about 8 months' worth of delayed business reply mail from the post office. According to County Clerk and Registrar of Voters Nicole Steppe, the mail delivered to the office on May 22nd, Friday, and included voter responses to official notices, voter registration updates, and new voter registrations. Clerk's office staff going through processing the information to make sure voter registrations are updated accurately and in compliance with Nevada election law. Officials say some voters could receive new ballots as the updated information entered into the voter registration system. Clerk's office says unexpected ballot changes may cause confusion, and it's encouraging voters with questions about their registration status, ballot, or election information to contact the clerk's office at 775-293-6509. Early voting turnout for Nevada's 2026 primary began on Saturday. As of Sunday, just under 40,000 ballots returned, 33,450 by mail, 5,575 in person, about 1.5% of active voters. Turnout nearly even between Republicans and Democrats, about 15,000 ballots cast by each party, indicating no significant enthusiasm gap. In-person early voting on the first day saw 3,800 voters turn out in Clark County, just over 1,000 in Washoe County, Republicans slightly outpacing Democrats in both counties. Mail voting remains dominant, consistent with recent trends. Overall turnout expected to be low. Early voting returns tomorrow at the White Pine County Clerk's office in the new courthouse on Great Basin Boulevard. If you want to turn in a mail ballot, don't mail it, by heaven's sakes. Drop it off at the drop box in front of the new courthouse. A reminder, the American Legion Post 3 and BFW Post 3547 sponsoring a Memorial Day program this morning at the White Pine County War Memorial on the lawn of the historic courthouse. The ceremony scheduled to begin at 11 o'clock. It will feature performances and appearances by the White Pine Community Choir, the Cheatgrass Brass Band, and the American Legion Auxiliary. Organizers are inviting the public to attend and honor the men and women who gave their lives in service to our nation. Ely City Council will meet Thursday evening. They'll consider the City of Ely's final budget. There will be a public hearing before a vote to consider adoption of the budget. Also on the agenda, the council will consider appointments to the Historic Preservation Commission and receive an update on a federal rail infrastructure grant application involving the Nevada Northern Railway Foundation. The council will also consider participation in a geothermal lease sale environmental assessment. The leases are 18 miles west of Caliente in Lincoln County, 24 miles south of London, Nye County, and 15 miles north of Ely. Council members are expected to consider seasonal open burning restrictions within Ely city limits from June through September. That, along with proposed 2.5% cost of living increases tied to union agreements for city employees and firefighters. That meeting begins at 5 o'clock on Thursday at the Volunteer Fire Hall. White Pine County Commission will meet on Wednesday, including public hearings on their 2026 budget and a proposed $70,000 budget augmentation to cover grand jury costs. Commissioners will also consider liquor licenses for upcoming events at the White Pine County Fairgrounds and the White Pine County horse races, along with a public auction for county-owned pub property with a minimum bid of $78,000. Other agenda items include updates on county roads and natural resource issues, consideration of cooperation agency status for that geothermal lease sale environmental assessment, as we told you about for the city, They will discuss awarding the bid for Marriage Field concession stand and a proposal to donate obsolete fire and emergency vehicles to nonprofit organization Global Peace Partners doing business as Care Convoy. The commission will also consider support for a project honoring entertainer Lawrence Welk. Well, the man in charge of that project, Scott Wheeler, on the morning show at 8:45 this morning. KELY will broadcast the White Pine County Commission meeting live Wednesday morning, beginning at 9. Turning to the Sheriff's Office blotter report, the Sheriff's Office is investigating a reported shooting incident in the county that led to the arrest of a 45-year-old Ely man. According to the Sheriff's Office blotter report for May 20th, deputies responded after receiving the information that a person may have been shot at a residence in the county. Following an investigation, deputies arrested James L. Christensen, Jr. on charges of assault with the use of a deadly weapon, discharging a firearm where a person may be endangered, and unlawful discharge of a firearm, bail set at $30,000. He is innocent until convicted in a court of law. In other activities, deputies investigated a theft at a local business. Suspect expected to be cited for petty larceny, also trespass from the business at management's request. Deputies also handle reports of suspicious circumstances involving a home security camera, a parking violation that resulted in a vehicle being towed, found property, a welfare check, and a fraud complaint involving unemployment benefits and identity theft. Sheriff's Office also booked Justin R. Kennedy into the White Pine County Jail on a probation violation with no bail permitted. At 8:24 for Sahara Motors, that's a check of your news on this Memorial Day from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.